Hi, I'm Paul Arnold. I'm a tutor at Point Blank. I work with artists such as Photek, Klute, TB and Polar on the Certificate 18 early drum and bass label, and also other artists on Fat and Tudor Fat, the club night, which I've established for 15 years, which has been in clubs all over the world. So I also run a DJ agency called TFA Bookings, which represents artists such as Lee and Vinyl, Josh Butler. I was bought the Police Regatta de Blanc album for Christmas, and it was wrapped up, you know, Christmas wrapping and thin 12-inch thing, and I don't know what year it was. I was really young though, and I was obsessed by it, absolutely obsessed by it. Played it till probably the grooves ran out, and I think from that point that started my musical journey really. I'd spend a huge amount of time in the record shop instead of at college, to the point where I got offered the Saturday job, to the point when I got offered the full-time week job, and that sort of evolved everything else. I think I worked in every single record shop in Ipswich. When you're that young, to find out, I guess you're kind of into pop because that's what you can get to. I mean, I definitely remember Adam the Ants being huge for me, but then that evolved into listening to the radio, and then that evolved, I primarily put it to John Peel, you know, religiously taping his Monday to Wednesday or Thursday shows every night and having all the tracks written on the cassettes, boxes of them, which sadly got thrown away somewhere. Actually going back, I think I got into my brother's heavy metal collection first, which evolved into a kind of rock, and then that evolved into the John Peel kind of indie, which then have opened up to hip hop, and then opened up to electronic house, acid house. I like seeing the students in, you know, desire to want to be in the music industry, their passion for music, and I like to help them, you know, help them realise that and understand that it is totally achievable. I think the music industry is seen as very hard to get into, and it is very hard to get into, but sometimes it's just a matter of confidence within someone to realise that all they have to do is not start knocking on doors. And I think this course really helps them not only get an understanding of how much is in the music industry, so they can enter it at loads of different points, but also, yeah, it's totally accessible. I was running a DJ agency and a record label, and I'd have people come through my office who've mentioned about learnt this at Point Blank or done this at Point Blank, and you know, it was a name that kept cropping up for me, and I didn't really know much about it. So it's got a reputation for doing, I know very much, obviously the world I was in, electronic dance stuff. So I guess that goes before it. Where is the future for electronic artists and musicians? It's wherever they kind of want it to be. You know, it's a really exciting time, especially as an A&R, to hear so much. There's so much out there, and it's constantly evolving. Labels are very much intrinsic to marketing, and you know, there's a whole opportunity if you're good at making. I like to think that if you can make soul music from computers, then you're going to have a good career, because you can go out and do the live side of things as well. It's a total blank canvas. It's always evolving, always changing, and it's kind of, there's no written rules anymore, which is why it's exciting.